All right, so just last week, Indian authorities captured a very suspicious pigeon.
A pigeon?
A suspicious pigeon? Like, how was it suspicious?
It was moving its head extra.
Yeah. Was he a good feather?
Yeah. They were just kind of side-eyed, you know.
Who knows good feathers?
I do. Animani.
Wait, what?
Animaniacs.
Yeah, Animaniacs.
Fucking the greatest show
Oh,
ever.
those guys, yeah. Thanks, eh? But the pigeons, yeah.
Do you guys feel like the Animaniacs primed you to watch Goodfellas?
I think so.
Because when Goodfellas was on, like when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, these are the pigeons.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe.
I never thought that.
I
That's so
didn't make
fun.
the connection until later, because I watched in 2 parts of my life, and then I was like, oh wait, I see where they got good feathers from.
Why can't kids' cartoons be that funny now?
Have you watched any good cartoons?
Kid cartoons? Unfortunately, yes, because I have nieces and nephews. It's rough.
You go on Netflix and watch the original shits on Netflix. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, it's not funny, it's not witty, and it doesn't really, I don't know, just, or maybe I'm fucking boomer as fuck and it just goes over my head.
Of course we're boomer. This is what everyone says. But you know what? I'm saying it now for my generation.
True.
What's a cartoon today?
I thought SpongeBob was a pretty good kid cartoon.
But that's already
our generation.
I know.
I claim SpongeBob
And
as my
Hey
generation.
Arnold.
Hey, Arnold, you're talking about our generation.
I know,
Those
dude.
are good.
What about
Yeah.
now? What are the ones now? I don't know.
Like Paw Patrol?
Oh, I guess so.
What's cool about the ones now, I think they do really try to help out parenting. Because then they'll be like, you gotta eat the carrots before you eat the candy. Like they give like these little morals in there.
Barney? You sound like Barney.
Yeah, thanks, nerd.
But I'm like, I hear it, and I'm like, oh, cool, this is going into Taika. It's gonna make my job
You
easier.
hear that, Taika? You hear that?
Yeah.
All right, so the Indian authorities caught a very suspicious pigeon that they believe to be a spy from none other than the nation of Pakistan. And if you know anything about Pakistan and India, they have years, like centuries long, like beef, yeah. And so now there's a pigeon in custody with the Indian authorities.
I hope they throw the book at him.
I'm glad it wasn't a racial thing, you know? Like they're like, I don't like the dark pigeon,
Oh, true.
you know? And then the cops pull them
Is he a
over.
white pigeon or more of a gray pigeon?
It's actually hold on, let me pull it up.
Has he got Pakistan stamped on him?
I know.
You can't snap feathers.
Okay.
Does he have a little tuxedo on?
I know, right? He's an organized crime pigeon.
It's a pink pigeon. It's a,
I've seen something like this before.
Really?
Well, I mean, it was just like a Korean clip that I saw where like it was like a pigeon that was all colored in pink, and then there was another one that was all colored in gold. And like these Korean citizens were just like kind of freaking out. They're like, what the fuck? Why is there a pink pigeon around? And then like people were just like watching it, and then you know it was raining, and then the pinkness didn't come out of it. And so they're like, what the fuck? Like, do these pink pigeons actually like exist? And it turns out that like whoever got a hold of these like white pigeons, they just colored them whichever,
Yes.
and then that dye stayed on for like quite some time.
Then a stamp would work.
Stamp would probably work, yeah.
No, it wouldn't work. Paint works. A paint works.
Then I don't know what you used to fucking stamp something.
I wonder how the pigeons spied on him, and they
I know.
were they like, guess what? India.
The pigeon wasn't doing anything like bad, right? It's a fucking pigeon.
Did it have a note tied
But-
to its leg?
And that's the thing. So one, it's a marked pigeon. See, by the pink dot, pigeons don't actually have pink on them, right? So they're saying this is marked, obviously, by a human being.
Not a spy color, man. Come on, guys.
True, it's a little obvious, right? A little obvious.
I thought it was a communist pigeon. It's all
He could
red.
be. He could be.
And then around the ankle of the pigeon was like a little numbered thing on the ankle. So they're like,
It's a code.
This is a code for something, and it's trying to come over to India, get some information, intel, and then fly back to Pakistan.
It's probably just a science experiment, honestly.
Or someone's pet.
Because they track migrations by tagging certain
Oh my
birds.
god, wouldn't that be fucking
Yeah, is it a
sad?
tag or is it a message? Because what if there's a prior communication like, when I send 17, that means launch the missiles. And then it's at 17 on the thing.
I'm with you. How, like, spy agencies are not this stupid.
My question is,
Or is it Indian authorities?
But have you ever seen an Indian spy movie?
each other.
No.
Hey, you say texting? So
The pigeon texted?
a couple days later, a Pakistani villager came forward and said, "Hey, that's my pigeon." And the thing on the fucking ankle It's a fucking phone number.
It's, have you seen my pet?
Have you seen? And then this is his litter of pigeons.
Oh my god.
Oh, so he marks them so he knows they're his.
Why does he have so many pigeons?
So India captured it, or people?
India captured a Pakistani pigeon and thought it was a international spy, which then turns out to be someone's pet in Pakistan.
That's cute. It's like so. It's like his number is tied to his ankle. Be like, if lost, please call this number.
I don't buy it. It's a robot pigeon.
It's like when the guy comes pick up his pigeon, they're like, so you're the spy. Thank you.
Oh, true.
Ringleader.
Yeah.
We know you're gonna take us to your boss. And he's like,
That's a turkey.
That's true.
did you really just correct me on my pigeoning?
Yeah, he did the pigeon. You did a turkey.
You know they race pigeons, right?
Race?
I had like a 2-hour
they do,
conversation
yeah.
with a
It's a big
food
guy.
deliverer at my restaurant, and he was straight up telling me about the way that they train pigeons. They would let them fly, and then they would follow them with the car, and they would go all the way out to like the desert, and then they'll have a spot, and each time they go further and further, and that's how they race pigeons out here. They'll let them go in LA, and then they'll just follow them out into the desert.
Wow.
That's true boredom, bro.
Dude, he told me for 2 hours straight.
We might as well race airplanes and just track airplanes coming out of LaGuardia. It's like, hey, I got the Pan Am. What do you got? Oh, I got the Virgin.
That might
okay,
be
let's
fun.
see who lands first. Bet you $1,000.
I bet you Mike Tyson would disagree. He had pigeons. You don't remember him? He had like pet pigeons. He had,
Yeah.
I don't follow Mike Tyson like that.
That was his beginning before he
was in
became
the
Mike
90s.
Tyson.
Really?
Have you guys seen the video of him coming back?
Like a fucking beast.
He's a tank.
So scared of him.
Who does he fight? Who does he fight though?
He wants to come back
training.
because he's gonna do exhibition fights for charity. But man, the way he's training, it looks like he's gonna come back and kill someone. Like all the weight he had, it's lost. He's like 53 and ripped now.
Wait, he's 53 years old?
Yeah, he's like 53.
That's
Oh,
not
I
what
thought
I
he was
heard.
70.
I heard he was coming back to do exhibition fights for charity.
That's it. I said it wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he on steroids, Bart? Because he has a six-pack.
I don't think so. I think it's just hard.
You don't think so?
No, because his genetics, like, even since back in the day, I think when he was 13, he was already like 5'11", like 200 pounds. Like that's just his genetics.
Didn't he win the not a win, but he did the Olympic
went to the Olympics,
boxing
yeah.
first, and he did really well there, right?
Yeah.
By the way, don't you love what a badass I am when Mike Tyson's not here?
Yeah.
If Mike Tyson was here, I'd call him Michael Tyson.
Oh yeah.
No, you wouldn't. You'd say sir.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'd be like, well, Michael, or whatever, whatever you want me to call
You
him.
wouldn't make eye contact either. Just be like,
Yes.
Mr. Tyson.
I've been crawling around on my knees all day.
He is the fucking greatest of all time. I've said this before. He's the best ever.
Yeah.
So I met the guy. He choreographed Mike Tyson's fight scene on Ip Man.
Oh.
And he was telling me that Mike, he's like, he still moves like a fighter and all that. And he goes, so he had to basically get him to open because as a fighter,
Oh, it's really close.
it's super close, right? And then so Donnie Yen's when they're doing the move, like he's supposed to open for camera, but even his open is still tight. So there were just all these moves, and he was like, he moves fast for his age, and he's like,
Did he punch Donnie Yen in the face on accident? And then did Donnie Yen like fight back?
I wouldn't fight back.
I wouldn't fight back either, even if I was fucking Donnie Yen.
I didn't know he'd be in a hospital.
Just the weight difference alone.
Yeah. He was big in that movie.
I don't know, man. But Donnie Yen too. Have you seen his recent photo? You know how he was sick, right?
he was sick.
Sick from what?
Dude, he looked bad.
COVID?
No, he was sick from something, and then he made a comeback. Like he looked like he aged 30 years.
No, that's Jet Li.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I seen that photo though. Jet Li looked like an old.
Has a condition.
Okay, never mind.
But he's okay now.
Oh, really?
I seen a recent interview. He was promoting Mulan, the Disney movie, but then obviously the promotion's for nothing now because like they're postponing the release date. But he looks normal. He doesn't have the white hair anymore.
Okay.
He's like,
Is it because he dyed it, or he actually like got healed?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mixed the two up. But Donnie Yen recently has a photo, and everyone's passing that shit around, dude. He's fucking ripped, dude. They're like, is he really like this old? Like, I think he's like 60 something or 50 something. I'm like, why? Why do these guys that are like 20, 40 years older than me and shit, they're still ripped, dude?
Because they work out.
You could still be that, Joe. You could still be that by the time you turn that age.
I know. What's our excuse, honestly, especially with Tyson? Bart.
They work out harder though. That's the thing.
Tyson.
No, they just work out, dude.
You have more years to catch up to them by that time.
Tyson or Mayweather?
Like, who would win in a fight?
Right now, yeah. Right now, present.
Tyson or Mayweather?
Right now, present day.
I think Mike Tyson would kill him. Like,
I think he would, right?
he just weighs too much.
They're not even the same weight
You just
class.
Dude, I could see a picture of how
If
dope
Tyson
he is.
could catch Mayweather, Mayweather's got defense.
I don't know because I think with Mayweather just blocking like this, he'll still die from Tyson's punches.
Yeah, he's just,
I'm obviously assuming that Mayweather goes up to Tyson's weight class for this, but yeah, that would be fucking.
You'll have to add like 50 pounds or something, or
Well, Tyson has to go down a little bit, and Mayweather has to go
I
up.
see a picture of Mike Tyson right now.
He looks good.
He looks real good.
For someone that's like 53.
and he's got salt and pepper, like
he looks
hair and
good.
beard and shit, and you're just like, damn.
And the
he
thing
looks
that's
good.
scary is just his movement. It's just
Scariest grandpa alive.
Whoa!
But yeah, that's
so fast.
Current Mike Tyson.
Wow!
he's so happy.
You should see the one where he's just boxing, like in his garage, like he's
Yeah, where he's actually moving.
And very snappy. Really,
I heard
really
he just started working out again because he told Joe Rogan a year ago that he wasn't working out anymore because it's too scary. Like the mind of a dragon starts to come out, and I want to own the world.
Yeah, imagine being that fucking competitive.
Right?
I thought I was competitive.
Nah.
But this guy's like, I can't even turn it on because it's like.
He's like, if I turn it on, I think everyone needs to be my slaves. Like it's like that, dude. He's fucking crazy.
love that.
I think that's
Love
what
it.
drives people to like the Mike Tyson or the Jordan level or whatever. Cause what's that guy's name? That's in Blackish. He's like a black comedian.
Oh gosh.
He was chubby, but he kind of lost weight.
You gotta
Cedric?
No.
No,
He's
but,
younger. He's a younger generation.
But pretty much
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but pretty much what he was saying is, so Jordan is so fucking competitive that they were hanging out and were they playing dominoes or blackjack?
Dominoes.
They're playing dominoes and he was just beating them. And for the whole trip, wherever they were at, every single night, Michael Jordan was knocking on it. We gotta play. And then he would beat him.
He would lose.
Because he had to redeem himself on a game that doesn't even fucking matter. And then
Sounds like JK Party, huh?
and then since he couldn't beat him, the whole trip, for 2 weeks that they were there for some sort of press release thing, he didn't talk to him the whole time.
What?
But until now, he could finally laugh about it. He goes, yeah, I'm so sorry I didn't talk to you for the 2 weeks I'm there. He goes, I was just pissed that I couldn't beat you.
So apparently, the director of The Last Dance, he was going with Jordan to a Air Jordan's event, and Michael, and it was in Chicago, and Michael challenged him to a bet. He's like, "Hey, look, on the way over here, I guarantee we'll find 10 pairs of Air Jordans."
and Michael loves to gamble
He
too.
loves to gamble, and so the director's like, "Okay, you're on," and they're getting there, and the guy thinks he has Jordan by the balls because they only counted like 4 pairs on the way there. Then they show up to the event, and of course, everyone has Air Jordans on because it's the
would
Air
he be
Jordans
the-
event.
Oh my god!
Michael didn't make the bet without knowing that he's already.
Trapped them, dude.
Who would say yes to that? That's just.
Well, some people just
Imagine the pressure of betting with Michael Jordan. I'd be like, yeah, sure, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then Michael Jordan already won.
He's got his cigar.
All the top athletes, man, they gotta have this crazy drive that's just insane. Like Mike Tyson, where the dragon has to come out like, here's the...
I'm so scared of the dragon. I shouldn't even pump iron anymore because I'm so scared of what will happen. He told Joe Rogan that. It's just fucking hilarious.
Because he was saying, like, Joe Rogan's like, don't you even, like, jog a little bit? Just go to the gym and jog. And he goes, no, because when I come out on the treadmill, I see the guy next to me, I'm just gonna fucking own that. he's like, what? Because he'll just see the digits and he'll see his, and he's like, I'm gonna own his dad, and fucking rape him and beat his ass. Like, his brain goes crazy.
But if Mike Tyson was here right now, I'd be like, hey, Michael, weren't you like, yeah, I'll own his ass. I'll own his bitch ass. I'll definitely be owning it, be really good. That's a good impression of you, isn't it?